And Jay Bocka, a fighter who we've had here some of the start of the ringside TOTF2 days, even back in the EOC days, kind of a young kid, but even then already a veteran. Um, and we're gonna see what he's got to bring back. It's been a while since we've seen him on a card.
Yeah, I'm always happy to see some of the old faces come back into a match. And it's really good and refreshing to see. We've seen BACKBANDZ here pretty recently. BACKBANDZ throwing. I mean, he's a tall fighter, making a name for himself. But yeah, let's see what he could do here in this first round. I think I got it up in BACKBANDZ with the white and silver, and your boy Jay Bocka with the Bruce Lee yellow and gold. Gold and black. Shout out to the Kill Bill colors.
Absolutely. And it's interesting. Jay is the smaller fighter, but he's fighting like an outboxer, right? He's backing up. He's taking long shots. This is usually the role you see for the taller fighter with longer reach. And it's really interesting to see it. Like I pointed out, everyone, every different fighters, you got so many different styles. And because there's no weight limit, you can have these really small guys versus really big guys, and a lot of different ways to do it, right? It's not just going to be overpowering. There's some strategy involved.
Yeah, and speaking of strategy, Jay Bocka doing his best to slip in and out of the punches from the taller and longer fighter in BACKBANDZ, and you see he's trying to be very judicious with how he picks his shots, moving from side to side, getting caught a couple of times though, because BACKBANDZ is that dude. So he's trying to get some counter shots in and stay moving on the outside, and it's very interesting, these matchups, Solly, that you kind of see in VR, man. Like this shorter fighter versus taller fighter, usually a stark disadvantage, but Jay Bocka making it happen.
Yeah, very much so. And I gotta say, from BACKBANDZ, he's being very patient and judicious with it, right? Like, it could be very easy to just start spamming and trying to reach, but he is waiting and really picking his shots and resetting his defense each time, and I like to see it.
He is tagging him though. BACKBANDZ is able to really find some hits in there. Despite few, he's still locking in, and a couple of these hits are landing in on Jay Bocka, and Jay Bocka not really finding many opportunities to counter your boy BACKBANDZ, so it's gonna be tough.
I'm not a huge fan of the hands down style. Again, especially when you're the fighter with less reach, that's just giving you less time to react to those punches. It looks like he's starting to put those hands up, using that post or that parry hand as a good style. A little bit of a wiggle guard in there as well. Not a lot of different ways you can guard, but you got to do it right. You can't just be eating all those punches all day long.
He is finding some success with the counter shots though, and so I do like what I'm seeing from him. He's managed to get BACKBANDZ looking hurt a couple of times, and right there at the end you can see the little bit of damage coming in through from Jay Bocka. So this is going to be a very interesting matchup, man.
Yeah, both of these fighters, a lot of experience fighting in VR. A little bit of looks like a little bit of martial arts practice as well from some of them. Yeah, I see LOV. And so is it just gonna? This is gonna be, BACKBANDZ. It's gonna be an interesting match. Yeah, I love the attitude.
BACKBANDZ said, "I got this, bro. This guy's nothing. Who you put me up against? This guy. He thinks he's got it. I got it. Now you got to be careful, BACKBANDZ." All right,
Jay Bocka.
Jay Bocka, he might surprise you. He said, "No, calm down, bro. I got it. Just watch. Okay, we gonna see, BACKBANDZ. We gonna see." BACKBANDZ also, y'all don't know, BACKBANDZ always somehow is aware of when the camera is in his corner. We don't even have to call it out. He just knows.
He's got to have it up on like a laptop on like the same room he's fighting in.
But he's in his headset,
thing, right? You got it.
He's in his headset. How can he know? How can he know? This man's psychic.
Quest 3, man. We got pass through.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. We do have pass through.
We're in the future now.
We are in the future.
All right. All right, but we are back in round 2 in the present, and looks like it's a similar style to the first one. BACKBANDZ with the aggression, and Jay Bocka trying to outbox and be the sneaky, slippery fighter. And it's working for him. I mean, he's got, I think there's going to be, the battle is going to come down to this adjustment round, whether BACKBANDZ can adjust to Jay's slips and range manipulation, and if Jay can find a good way to counterattack while BACKBANDZ is attacking.
Nah, 100%. 100%. I got to take this top angle here so we can kind of see a little bit more of the small moments here as JAYBOCKA is still getting caught, you know, but I mean the movement plus the head movement mitigating a lot of damage that he would be taking from BACKBANDZ otherwise, and still able to find a few counter hits in here. So I want to see if it's going to be a tale where JAYBOCKA lands the counter hits that he needs, slipping in and out, or will BACKBANDZ stop him dead in his tracks with these big overhands? Scott Bloom, a little late, but better late than never, bro.
This is true. I think he's getting a little frustrated too with those clinches. I feel like they're, you know, Jay's got a lot of different tools to end the combo, right? He's not stopping every punch, but you can tell he's very rarely taking more than 1 or 2 punches. You know, even 2 is pretty occasion, right? That's a good example there. Hit with the jab, out before the straight comes.
Yeah. And he's really only getting caught once he backs up to BACKBANDZ's maximum range, and BACKBANDZ is able to pick him off. But the angles that he's taking when he's close in is getting really disruptive to what BACKBANDZ wants to do. Now, Bandz, now, he is very confident in his ability to find the timing, and that's what he's really working on here in round number 2 of the adjustment round. You can only move so much before someone's like, oh, I kind of know what he's going to do. But, man, JAYBOCKA still able to circle around, landing little hooks here and there, getting a little turned around, bro. Got to turn around. So it's very interesting.
I like this counter, right? Yeah. BACKBANDZ is seeing Jay using all this motion, and he's countering it not with aggression, but with his own motion, right? He saw Jay was trying to slip to his back. He made his own step and got to Jay's back. And I think that's like, you know, he's not getting the knockdown, but he is starting to take pace in this fight.
I told you to be careful, bro. This man has been out here trying to weave in and out of the danger zone, and BACKBANDZ gotta respect JAYBOCKA. I mean, I wanted to see if it was going to work out before I called it out, Solly, but he's been looking for that kind of shot literally all night.
Yeah, BACKBANDZ taking those hands and hitting off to sleepy lands.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Looks like he's going to be able to get back on this. This is not, you know, definitely a setback, but he's still got a chance. You know, there's still a whole another round here. Yeah. And I would definitely give him that first round on the scorecards, right? No knockdowns, but he was definitely landing a lot of good headshots. I was hearing the thud. I think this is still, you know, now in Jay's favor, but still anyone's match.
True, yeah. It's tough, and it's hard for me to call the first round, right? Because I saw BACKBANDZ sneaking some shots. I saw JAYBOCKA sneaking some shots in there. He was getting tagged, to your point, but he was working on trying to figure it out from what we saw from that second round, right? So I don't know. It's up to BACKBANDZ to really lock in and find that rhythm. And if he can catch JAYBOCKA clean, I mean, I feel like he's got the power for a knockdown. But Jay's slippery. Ooh, and there we go. Another slippery counter there coming in from JAYBOCKA. Let me get a better angle for y'all. And he's been slipping these little cheeky blows in there. And because BACKBANDZ on defensive. Yeah, they do. And BACKBANDZ, now, the answer is throw more volume. But what in the world? Not to pair away. We just twirling around here right now. We really dancing in the squared circle. When you throw more volume though, and you're not able to land because of it, you still leave your arms exposed out, and Jay is trying to capitalize on counter hits.
Yeah, and he's getting caught. I like that he is, with that volume, putting in a lot more movement, both footwork and head movement wise. But Jay is locked in, right? He is just waiting to tag him up. And at this point, if he's already down a knockdown, he can't afford another one. That is going to put the match well out of reach.
And it's this jousting style by JAYBOCKA, too. He's not trying to step in there for more than a hit or two, and then he's trying to get out of there. Like, it's got to be very annoying. It's, again, hard to see somebody jumping in on you when they're engaging from that distance. And there we go. Another significant blow coming in from JAYBOCKA.
Let's go.
BACKBANDZ looking a little frustrated now. I can say it. I have to say, JAYBOCKA has been adjusting better throughout this match, right? I think at the start, BACKBANDZ had the better strategy and the better execution, but Jay has really learned from this fight, and I think has found the ways to stop BACKBANDZ and kind of frustrate his attack.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is a great showcase of what to do if you're the shorter fighter, and how a win, because we've seen a lot of people struggle with the height and reach advantage, right? And it's a lot of times comes down to not making use of the thing that you have an advantage in. You're a smaller guy, you're a smaller target, and you know, behaving that way. And Jay Bocka, jousting and counter hitting. We got to pay attention to this.
Yeah. And also, this is a thing I've noticed is every time there's the clinch, I think BACKBANDZ is really frustrated in it. You see him jumping up and down a little bit. I think those are getting him really thrown off because he's got a rhythm flowing. He's landing a shot. He's getting it going. And then, you know, the whole sequence ends and has to reset.
And reset at a distance in which Jay is feeling very comfortable. He's got time to work. And just like we saw there, man, he's getting in, he's getting out. And, you know, yeah, in VR, we're technically missing every shot that we throw. But, you know, seeing that you missed, again, emotional damage. It just hurts just a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also think the interesting thing that we haven't talked about very much is how well Jay has been using the clinch, right? Not just in using it to negate the combo, but he's not getting punished for it as much as he's engaging.
And there we go.
Right.
Jay Bocka locking it down. Good fight. Good fight from both of them. BACKBANDZ never gave up trying to lock it down, but Jay Bocka, again, yeah, perfect scores for Jay Bocka. 30-26, 10-9, 10-8, 10-9. Very close, right? No big blowout rounds, right? The knockdown.
And looking at the damage, no one with even a round where they hit 1,000. So like you can tell that was both, and it's not like they weren't throwing punches. So like the damage there is well dodged, blocked, or mitigated in some way.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And you know, I wasn't really sure about that first round, but you know, looking at Jay Bocka, he took that one pretty convincingly on the damage. You know what I'm saying? Joe Mama into the chat. Boy, Joe, where you been at, bro? Yo, Joe Mama, shout out to the OGs, man. Joe Mama been with RIngsideVR since like EOC days, man. Some of the first boxing cards ever put on featured your boy Joe Mama, featured Solly, you know what I'm saying? It's been really good. It's been really good. IMAX 4K HDMI, Jay Bocka's game plan was too good for this match. It was very good. Hard to pull off. I will say that. It's hard to pull off that kind of thing because BACKBANDZ was tagging him, you know, and not a lot of people can keep that kind of action going around for 3 rounds. Dab respect. Appreciate you for letting people know that they can actually search for RIngsideVR. Let's lock in with the homies real quick. Let's see, Jay, BACKBANDZ, if anybody's on, let me know. The Irish Gamer just followed. Appreciate it, my boy.
Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you to God. He gives me everything, you know. Thanks to my corner, Champ Boxer, Fitzgerald.
Yo, Champ in the back, let's go.
I like to give a thanks to Sully and Super M. Thank you guys for. Actually, it's been a long time, actually.
We're glad to have you back, bro. It's good to see your face again.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying? See the name.
Yeah.
Jay Swan, appreciate the roses, bro. My bad, Jay. I had to shout out to the homies. You said, what were you saying?
So good, yeah. I thought I lost the first. I don't know how I won that first round. I'm glad that I figured him out later, though. That's all I'm really worried about.
Yeah, I think you had a really good game plan going in there, bro. Being the shorter fighter and fighting against somebody like BACKBANDZ, who, you know, he's no slouch with the punches. You had a brave game plan, using your head movement and using your footwork to stay out of his range and also force him to overextend. And I think a big part of what you what led to your success, and you kept it going for 3 rounds, is that once he extends, you dodged and came back with a counter hook. Come out, extend, counter hit, you know, and what happens is that damage racks up a lot. You know, it doesn't seem like a lot, but, you know, if your opponent keeps attacking, you're going in, you know, I could probably put some Ultra Instinct sound effects to that whole thing and speed it up and it looked like a Dragon Ball Z fight. I'm not even gonna hold you. That was pretty impressive. And not only were you able to do that, but you're able to keep up with him trying to make adjustments for your timing and keep it going for 3 whole rounds. And you don't even sound out of breath, to be honest. I expect you to come in here gasping, bro.
No, my cardio is not too great, but I don't really show it. I have pretty bad cardio, to be honest, so I'm sweating really heavily.
Oh, well, shoot, you surprised us, man. It was a great fight. It was a good look. And again, it's been a while, but glad to see the name pop up. You know what I mean? So any last words to the homies before I switch over?
No, I got nothing. I wanna let him talk. I'm not gonna get too much into it.
BACKBANDZ, bro, holla at me.
Yeah, no more fighters under 5'9" for me. Can't do that,
Hey, put it in the notes, man. We'll try to make sure it happens. Look, he had a strategy that is hard to pull off, right? I think if it was someone else other than Jay, you would have tagged him a lot more. He kept it clean, man. He kept it loose and he kept it up. Were you surprised that he was able to keep up that level of movement for 3 rounds?
I mean, yeah, I was. I'm not going. It caught me off guard.
Yeah. I knew you was coming in the first round feeling pretty confident, and I saw you trying to make adjustments. You were tagging him on the movement, but your boy kept moving, right? Because the second round, you actually came in and landed more damage than you did in the first round, right? So you were making the adjustments, but he made the counter adjustments and just kept it moving, mitigated a lot of damage in that third round. Next time we will definitely try. I mean, we definitely didn't intentionally put you into the short fighter, but if we can find somebody around your size, we definitely will, bro.
Yeah, it caught me off guard. He was. Y'all can't see it, but he was down to my kneecaps. Like he was basically on the mat and then jumping back up, springing and hitting me with these uppercuts. That's what I seen from my point of view. And like a loss, like Jesus Christ. Now I gotta come back. I feel bad for whoever I come back to next week. Like,
hey, take it out on him. You know what I'm saying? Look, that's what it is. You got to come back stronger next week than you did this week. You know what I'm saying?